Hello students, welcome to Eduziast. In this video, we are going to discuss the concept of stock and flow variables. This is a topic of chapter 1 from the unit National Income Accounting. So, first of all, we need to understand that macroeconomic variables can be classified into two types. One, stock variable, and two, flow variables. Now that we know the two classifications, we need to understand how does stock and flow variables differ from each other. So let us understand first of all, what do we mean by the term stock and flow variables. So stock variables are defined as those variables that are measured at a particular point of time, which means to measure these variables we do not require any time dimension. Time factor को consider नहीं करना है when we measure the stock variables. On the other hand, flow variables are defined as those variables which are measured over a period of time. So we can find the difference that when we have defined stock variables, we have used the term at a particular point of time. So at a particular point of time refers that time dimension has not been taken into consideration. Whereas when we define flow variables and we define it as measuring over a period of time, it means that time dimension has been taken into consideration. So in exam, whenever questions are given based on identifying variables as stock or flow, we have to be very careful in identifying them, and therefore this trick will help us in identifying the stock and flow variables correctly. So students, just remember this trick that the variables which are measured at a particular point of time, which do not require any time dimension, should be classified as stock variables, whereas the variables which are measured over a period of time and these variables have time dimension attached to them, we should classify such variables as flow variables. Now let us understand the concept of stock and flow with the help of few examples. Now example number 1, individual or national wealth. So in this example, wealth has been taken as a variable and we have to classify wealth as stock or flow variable. Now wealth, why have we classified it as stock variable? Because to measure wealth I do not require any time dimension, which means if somebody asks me what is my current wealth, then I can easily state, okay, currently, for example, I have 2 houses, I have 4 cars, I have 10 lakh rupees in my bank account. So for stating these numbers, I did not require time factor. I was able to state these values at a point of time itself. So that is why wealth has been treated as a stock variable, as it is measured at a particular point of time. In these questions, students, we have to also remember that only classifying the variable as stock and flow is not sufficient. We also need to specify the reason as to why a given variable is stock or why a given variable is flow. So whenever we identify any variable as a stock variable, the reason that we need to mention is that stock variable are measured at a particular point of time. Now let's examine example number 2, individual or national income. In first we had taken wealth, now I am discussing about income. Income, why have I treated it as a flow variable? Because income is a variable which is measured over a period of time, which means if I have to measure my income, How will I measure it? Either I can measure it on a monthly basis, that my monthly income is rupees 50,000, or another way of measuring my income would be that my annual income is rupees 6 lakh. So students, you must have noted that in both the cases, when I stated my income as rupees 50,000 a month means time has been taken into consideration. In the second case, when I said annual income of rupees 6 lakh, so annual means a year. Year again reflects time dimension. So income, whether it is individual income or in macroeconomics, when we refer it to as national income, we would classify income as a flow variable, and mentioning the reason that income is measured over a period of time, whether it is on a monthly basis or it is on an annual basis. The point is time factor has been taken into consideration, monthly, annually. That is why income has been classified as a flow variable. Consumption or consumption expenditure, example number 3, again it is a flow variable. Why? Because it is measured over a period of time. Again, to measure expenditure, whether it is related to production or consumption, how do I measure my expenditure? My expenditure can be measured in terms of expenditure incurred in a given day, expenditure incurred in a week, in a month, in a year. So when I am explaining the concept of expenditure, I am taking into consideration the time factor or the time dimension. Be the time dimension a day, a week, a month, or a year, does not matter. But the point is, time factor has been taken into consideration, and that is why consumption expenditure will also be treated as a flow variable. Now moving on to the next one, investment or capital formation. Now how do we define investment? Investment is defined as the addition to the capital stock by a firm during an accounting year. एक साल में कितना add on हुआ to the existing capital stock. So again the concept becomes very clear that investment or capital formation should be treated as a flow variable. Again, the reason being the same, that time factor, which is one accounting year, has been taken into consideration. Moving to the next one, distance between Delhi and Mumbai. Suppose I say the distance between Delhi and Mumbai is 500 kilometers. So it becomes very obvious that distance should be treated as a stock variable, since it can be measured at a point of time. If I am saying that today the distance is 500, the next moment the distance is not going to change. The distance between Delhi and Mumbai is a fixed value and it is not going to change with time. That is why distance between Delhi and Mumbai has been treated as a stock variable. On the other hand, what about speed? I have been given the distance. Now, the time that I take to cover the distance between Delhi and Mumbai may change. Suppose I am traveling by car. First few miles, maybe I am traveling at a speed of 50 kilometers per hour. Next few miles, maybe I am traveling at a speed of 80 kilometers per hour. So what is happening, students? My speed is subject to change. I am not covering the distance between Delhi and Mumbai at a fixed speed. The distance is no doubt the same, but the speed with which I am covering this distance is changing. And speed, you all know that speed is measured per hour, 50 kilometers per hour. 100 kilometers per hour. So what have we done? Per hour means that it reflects time dimension. Now students, another thing that you need to be very careful, that time dimension does not refer to any specific time dimension. टाइम डायमेंशन ऐसा नहीं है कि 1 साल है तो टाइम डायमेंशन है, बट अगर 2 मिनट की बात करो तो वो टाइम डायमेंशन नहीं है. इट्स नॉट लाइक दैट. टाइम डायमेंशन कैन बी एज स्मॉल एज अ सेकेंड and it can be as large as any value that you can imagine. But to classify variables as stock and flow, the only point of difference is stock variables do not take time factor or time dimension into consideration, whereas the flow variables take the time factor or time dimension into consideration. Now let's evaluate other few examples. Savings. Example number 12. Savings has been treated as a flow variable. Why? Because just as income is measured in terms of monthly income or annual income, similarly, I can measure my savings either as monthly savings or I can measure it as annual savings. So the point becomes again very clear that time dimension has been taken into consideration. Either it has been taken in terms of month or it has been taken in terms of a year. So time dimension is considered and therefore savings is treated as a flow variable. Savings deposits in a bank. Now, how to differentiate between the two? Savings is something to measure, we need the time factor, whether it is done on an annual basis or it is done on a monthly basis. But savings deposits, I as an individual, suppose I have a savings account with a commercial bank, and at a point of time, if I have to measure the amount of savings in my savings deposits or savings account, I do not require any time dimension. I can easily state, okay, at a point of time, right now, I have 5 lakh rupees in my savings account. So students, what I have done? I have not taken the time factor into consideration, and at a point of time only, I have been able to state this value of 5 lakhs. That at this particular point of time, I have rupees 5 lakh in my account. So since time dimension has not been taken into consideration, savings deposits in a bank will be treated as stock variable. As a matter of fact, you can also remember measurement trick that I am explaining you. Basic economic activities, production, consumption, investment, these are treated as the basic economic activities taking place in an economy. So always remember students that these variables should be classified as flow variables. Why? Because production is a process. For a firm, what is the weekly production? What is the monthly production? What is the yearly production? So to measure the output or to measure the amount of production which has been carried out, we require the time dimension. We require the time factor to be taken into consideration. कि एक फर्म ने एक दिन में कितना आउटपुट प्रोड्यूस करा, एक हफ्ते में कितना आउटपुट प्रोड्यूस करा, and so on. We can measure any output, but not at a point of time, but during a period of time. Similar is the pattern with consumption. If I am an individual, then I cannot measure my consumption at a point of time. I need the time dimension, that my consumption during the day has been so much calories, my consumption during the month has been so much calories, and for the entire year it has been so many calories. So in all the three cases, production, consumption and capital formation, the time dimension has been taken into consideration. Now another example, if we see, interest on capital or deposits. Now again, why interest has been treated as a flow variable? Because it is measured over a period of time. I have my deposits with the bank, and suppose I receive interest on my deposits, whether it is a savings deposits or a fixed deposits, then I am entitled to receive an interest. And to calculate interest, I may see that what is the monthly interest that I am getting, or what is the annual rate of interest that a bank is providing me. So in both the cases, I have taken the time dimension into consideration. Interest is a variable which is not measured at a point of time, but it is measured over a period of time, measuring it in terms of monthly interest or measuring it in terms of annual interest. That is why interest has been treated as a flow variable. Profits and losses. Similarly, at the end of an accounting year, every firm tries to calculate that what has been the result out of the business, whether it has incurred a profit out of the business or whether it has ended up in a loss. So in both the cases, whether it is a situation of profit or a situation of loss, time factor has been taken into consideration at the end of the year. The firm has not calculated its profit just at the beginning, but depending upon what all transactions has been taken place at the end of the year, the profit or the loss has been calculated. So which clearly reveals that time factor has been taken into consideration, and therefore profits or losses as variables should be treated as flow variables. Change in money supply. Now the term money supply, how do we define? Money supply is defined as the amount of money which is held with the public at a particular point of time. So when money supply as a variable is given to us, it is very clear that since money supply is measured at a point of time, that money which is held with the public at a point of time, money supply is treated as a stock variable. But now I have been given change in money supply. So change means something which has time dimension, something which has time factor attached. That is why money supply would be a stock variable, but change in money supply would be treated as a flow variable. Now students, we have covered many such examples on our website. So you can just log on to the website eduziast.com, and then you can refer to the various study material related to different topics that is going to be very helpful to you. Thank you so much.